Welcome to another episode of This Is My Opinion. As always, I'm your host Kyle, and today we're gonna chat a little bit about a very, very good game that I have the pleasure that PSN Plus finally gave it for free, like a couple months ago, and it was Alan Wake. Alan Wake 2 is a very interesting game because I played the first Alan Wake, and what can I say? The Alan Wake 2 is basically a better version of Alan Wake 1. Do you need to have played Alan Wake 1 to understand 2? No, but it will be better and you'll be more familiarized with the city and the characters if you do. Uh, the problem that I have with Alan Wake is nothing related to the story because the story is phenomenal. We're gonna get to that. Is nothing related to the music. The soundtrack, the Old Gods of Asgard. Oh my god, it's such a beautiful masterpiece, that soundtrack. Even the music's exclusive to that game. So fucking good. It's not the graphics. The graphics when they released was like revolutionary. It was like top notch. And now we come to the Saga Anderson part. I know. Did you probably were thinking, "Oh, you're one more of those racist guy that saying that Alan Wake is a bad game just because of her." No, I completely disagree with you. Alan Wake is not a bad game, flat out. If the person's saying that Alan Wake 2 is a bad game, they're lying to you, and they are probably being held accountable for past decisions, wrong decisions. This game is phenomenal. It's very polished. It's very good. I didn't in. I mean, I played like years after the release, but I didn't find any bugs, which is nice. And the way that I can compare Alan Wake 2 is basically remember people that Resident Evil 6 exists. So in Resident Evil 6, you have like three stories, and each story is more focused on a thing. So, for example, you have one story that is focused on horror, the other story that is focused on action, and the other stories that like kind of middle way. What can I say about this? It's basically you're gonna have horrifying time with Alan Wake, and you're gonna have like a adventure like ish with Saga Anderson. I don't like the character said Sarah Anderson. I kind of understand why she's worried and wants to run the fastest as she could because of the things that's happened with her family. But again, I just don't buy it. The whole power that she have. I know that on this series and this saga, like this universe created by Remedy, they a lot of people have like special powers, and her power is basically she can relieve the memories and she can like read thoughts of the people that would make like way easier for her to basically investigate. So it's basically she's a cheater on the investigation process because she can just like and go to their minds and understand what they're feeling, which is fine. But again, every single time that she is worried about her son, her daughter ish, I don't know, it's kind of confusing. It's like a pain in the ass. I really don't like. I really don't buy it. You're having literally death experiences with ghosts, and you're scared that your son's gonna disappear. I think you should probably fix the problem that you're facing right now, and then thinking about your son in the future. The same thing, they push her to be the granddaughter of the Sons of Asgard guy, like I think drummer. And I don't know if you noticed, but she's black and the guy is white. We don't see her parents, or we don't see the old gods of Asgard wife. But again, I think, can I think something that her being black is basically a DEI thing because this game was revised by Sweet Baby Inc. And I hate that company. Again, played that game. I played this game basically because it was for free. I would never support games made by Sweet Baby Inc. And the games that I did, I was completely upset. Like for example, Spider-Man 2. They completely take Peter and transform him in a little piece of garbage of human being. But that's besides the point. Again, you can intercalate between Saga and Alan stories all the time. You just need to find a checkpoint and then you can just swap all around. And her story, I think, is more reminiscent of the first Alan Wake, and Alan's story is like completely horror. I really like Alan's story. I really like the mechanic of writing down the pages, and the whole environment uh, turns on you, like transforms. The problem with his mechanics is it's very limited, and the problem with the Saga's story is because I really don't care much about Saga Anderson on a Alan Wake game, and it's basically unfair divided because I think Sarah Anderson's story is like kind of like 70 to 80%. I'm not gonna say 80. I'm gonna say like 65 to 70%, and Alan is the rest. Again, you start playing with her on the game on the name called Alan Wake. But besides that, let's keep going. Alan Wake is not a very long game. They have like roughly 30 hours to beat. And I know that the main story is 20, but come on, you're gonna explore, you're gonna try and find some trinkets, you're gonna find to get better and find some other opportunities for you to basically uh, improve yourself on the game. So that's why I think is a very good amount. It's more like the game is like you're binge watching a series. That even the game is divided by chapters, so you can just stop like by the end of each chapter, and it's a good cliffhanger, and that happens with Alan's story and Sarah Anderson's story. The game you can buy like on PlayStation, Epic Games because the game is not on Steam, and Xbox. So, and again, nowadays the game is not that expensive. It released like $60 Canadian or $70 US, and they're constantly on deals, and I can really recommend you to buy the game if you have like 50% off. It's already a great game. If you like horror, if you like random things happening all the time, and if you like Remedy games, you probably already have this game. I cannot recommend more. It was one of the games that every chapter I keep thinking to myself, holy fuck, that's amazing. And the stories and the live actors they base on the thing is superb. The problem is they have a true ending. And to achieve the true ending, you basically have like to replay the game. They add like a couple of more pages, a couple of more interesting stuff, and you keep all your stuff again. I would not bother. Again, I spent already like 30 hours completing the game for me to face up with an ending, which is not bad, but it's not the original one because the original one is wow. We have to open the door for the sequel, and yeah, I think that's basically sum it up my experience with Alan Wake. I always like to keep those videos short and sweet. And let me know in the comments if you play this game, if you like it, if you think that Sarah Anderson addition on the story was basically a Sweet Baby Ink push. And again, I can see having another minor character on Sarah Anderson place, or I can even see Alan like having her place, like doing the investigations and everything. But again, that's the game that I got. I don't think that is a 9, but I strongly think that is an 8. So Thank you so much. And I see you on the next episode.